Women are stepping up in the business world in a big way. I personally love seeing other women taking on leadership roles at work. And if you're a woman in business and you're wanting to know, what is it going to take for me to be an influential, impactful leader, what I would call an attractive woman in business, I'm going to take a moment right now to encourage you and equip you in this video. I'm going to help guide you to becoming the best female leader you can be. My name is Alyson Van Hooser. I'm a keynote speaker and trainer and coming 2020 author on leadership. If you like this video, be sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe, hit the bell to be notified when I post new, modern leadership development videos just like this one. Okay, let's dig in. First, I'm going to shoot you straight. When it comes to leadership and women in leadership, external beauty, outward beauty, the hair, the clothes, the body, the reality is in the real world, yes, that may get some women in the door. But internal beauty, your heart for people, your ability to think critically, your ability to innovate and implement strategies successfully, that will be the stronghold that makes you successful long term. Those are the things that will truly make a difference in your business and in the lives of the people around you as you're leading them. I want you to think about leadership for a moment. When it comes to being a leader, you have a huge responsibility. You have people to take care of. Now, that's why I'm so passionate about leadership, because I believe that leadership is an incredible honor. But I also realize that it's a huge responsibility, and the fact that you're here watching this video shows me that you take this seriously and you want to do well. And that makes me excited, so let's keep going. I want you to think about your own life. Who in your life has been a really impactful, influential leader? Okay, now that you have that person in your mind, I want you to think about, what was it about them that you admired so much, that made you listen to them, that made you like them, that even made you remember them right now? I wrote a post on Facebook the other day, and I asked the same question. If you have had a really great leader in your life, tell me what they did that made them stand out to you. And immediately, people are typing away, telling me stories, men, women, people of all generations telling me stories of influential leaders in their lives. And I loved reading through all of those comments, hearing the stories, but there was one attribute that rang true for every leader mentioned in that monsoon of comments. One attribute. And I'm betting that attribute will be true for the person you're thinking of too. The ones who really made a difference in people's lives, in your life, and the people who commented on Facebook were the leaders who were kind. Now let me say that again. Kind. That means that people were not telling stories about a leader that increased profits in their company year after year. Although, yes, that's great. But they weren't telling stories about somebody who made a name for themselves. They weren't telling stories about someone who made an impact on their life because they had a bunch of diplomas on their wall or sitting on a shelf. Nobody, especially nobody, told a story about a leader who made everybody feel beneath them. And even going back to the very first statement I made in this video, nobody talked about a leader being impactful in their life because they were good looking. Because none of that stuff that I just mentioned makes a difference in the lives of your people. Think about that common attribute among the leaders you're thinking of and the people on Facebook mentioned. Kindness. The power of kindness, the power of valuing people, empowering people to reach their full potential, helping people rise up through difficult situations and showing them a better way. The power of putting other people before yourself. As a woman in business, as a female leader, if you want to retain more employees, if you want higher employee engagement, if you want a strong team that pumps out incredible results, if you want to increase trust, respect, and influence with your people, make the conscious choice to be kind. Be kind with the words you say. Be kind with the looks you give. Be kind with the decisions you make. Now, we must dig even deeper into leadership, influence, and kindness so that we can really grasp why this is so important. John Maxwell, You may know John Maxwell. John Maxwell says that leadership is influence. Now, influence is somewhat of a buzzword today, so I wanted to look up the official definition. The official definition says that influence is the capacity to have an effect on the character, development, or behavior of someone or something. Now, I've already told you this, but I'm going to say it again. I'm deeply passionate about leadership because leaders, both men and women, have this power to transform lives and businesses. But just as John Maxwell said, in order to lead, you have to have influence with people. Now, yes, depending on your position in an organization, you can manage people, you can make them perform at the minimum level, but if you want to be the leader who leads people to higher performance, to better results, if you want to create a deep influence so you can make a massive positive impact on lives and the bottom line, then you have to increase your influence. You know, I see so many women pushing for success, but they're missing the mark. Or maybe they're not even realizing their own potential to make an even bigger impact because they're focusing on the wrong things. There are women who are trying to push their way to the top or claw their way to the top with the sorry, not sorry attitude. There are women who are dragging other people through the mud so that they can get where they want to be. But I believe to my core that if you want to start creating a deep, long-term positive influence with your people, it starts by showing kindness. Now, you probably realize by now I'm a word nerd, so let's define kindness. Kindness is having a friendly or generous nature or attitude. So I'm going to ask you another question. At work, or whatever avenue you're leading people. Maybe you're a mom, a wife, a friend. Maybe you serve your community, your church, whatever it is. Would your people say that you are kind by definition? That you have a friendly or generous nature or attitude? Now, if you're unsure, or if you know immediately that the answer is a definite no, that means that starting right now, your starting point to becoming a more successful woman in business, a more successful female leader, a more attractive woman in business starts with you choosing to be more kind. Now, if you're watching this and you're thinking, no, this has just a bunch of fluff, I want you to stop for a second and go back to that leader in your life that I asked you about at the beginning of this video. Does your description of that leader that you thought of include how they were generous or kind to you in some way? Did they teach you something? Did they give their time to impart knowledge on you? Maybe they helped you in some way. Maybe they recommended you for an opportunity or gave you just the right advice when you needed it. And maybe your answer to all of those questions is no, although I doubt it is. Then let me ask you one more question. Did that leader you thought of, did they make you feel valuable? Did they help give you a valuable realization in your life? In most cases, the answer to one or all of those questions is yes, which just proves the point that when you show kindness to your people, you create influence with them. When you are kind, you can be an attractive woman in business. You can be an attractive, successful leader. Now, I know that we are all human. You won't always feel like being kind, but you shouldn't act how you feel. Let me say that again. I do not want you to act on your feelings. I want you to act based on what you know you should do. The thing is, your feelings can deceive you. If you're going to be a successful woman in business, do not let your feelings rob you of your future. Take control of yourself. Choose to show your people kindness when you feel like it and even when you don't. I want you to choose to show your people kindness when they deserve it and even when they don't. Ultimately, you decide. You decide if you will be a positive influence in your people's life, a positive influence in your business. I want you to remember this. Your success as a woman in business is more significantly impacted by who you are and how you treat people than what you look like. I've got one final point to make. I want you to hear me closely on this, so lean in. If you want to be successful, make sure you're focusing on the right things. As human beings, especially as women, we can sense when someone's intentions are good or bad. And I know you know what I mean. If you're listening to this message and you try to use kindness or kind acts to manipulate the people around you, then you will lose. But if you realize your responsibility, the responsibility you have as a leader to nurture and guide your people to become more successful themselves, and you choose to own the tool of kindness with the sole intention to build them up, you will win. In life and in business, you attract what you put out. And if you want to attract success, help others become more successful. You can attract positivity by consistently showing people the brighter side in tough moments. If you want to attract good people for your team, choose to be the good. Choose to be kind. My challenge to you today, whether you're a man or a woman in business, is to shift your focus. Shift it to the responsibility you have as a leader to care for your people. I want you today to go out of your way to do something kind for your people. If you like this video, be sure to share it with somebody who you know needs to hear this message too. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell if you want to be notified when I post more modern leadership development videos like this one. If you've watched this video and you're thinking, I need her to come speak at my event or to my leadership team, please email me at hello@vanhooser.com. And if you want more information about the leadership development work I do, check out vanhooser.com. And finally, women, continue to rise up, continue to pave the way for women to come to have a bigger, brighter, more positive future in business. I'll see you guys next time.